Welcome back to the Mindset and CEO Habits series. I'm ADELINE, and today we're digging into one of the most critical mindset shifts in entrepreneurship: acting like a CEO before you feel like one. Because the truth is, most people wait to feel ready before they lead. They wait for external validation, the sales, the growth, the testimonials, to give them permission to step into their power. But by the time you feel like a CEO, the real opportunity to build like one has already passed. In today's video, we're going to talk about what it looks like to operate from identity first, not outcome. Because the businesses that scale aren't built on confidence, they're built on conviction. The gap between action and identity. There's a moment in every business where the results don't match the work. You're showing up, you're building offers, you're creating content, you're doing the things, but you don't feel like the person you're trying to become. This is where most people stall. They think, who am I to charge this much? Why would someone trust me? How can I lead others when I'm still figuring it out myself? And that self-doubt creeps into their pricing, their energy, their delivery, even their ability to show up consistently. Because if you're waiting to feel like a CEO before you act like one, you'll never scale. The truth. Identity comes before results. Real CEOs don't wait for proof. They operate from decision. They decide, this is who I am. This is the standard I move by. This is the value I bring, even if the world doesn't recognize it yet. That decision becomes a compass. And that compass leads to actions that match the identity. Those actions create results. And eventually, the evidence shows up. But the energy came first. If you want to build something sustainable, you have to move as the woman you're becoming, before she's validated by numbers. What it means to act like a CEO before you feel like one. Let's break it down into mindset and habits. 1. You make decisions. From vision, not emotion. That means you don't change your offer because sales are slow. You don't lower your price because someone says it's too expensive. You don't panic rebrand because of a quiet week. You move from strategy, from long game thinking, from structure, not survival mode. That's CEO energy, and it has nothing to do with how many followers or clients you have today. 2. You prioritize. Like a leader, you don't do everything. You do what moves the needle. Acting like a CEO means you stop spending hours tweaking Canva when you haven't emailed your list. You stop reacting to DMs first thing in the morning before finishing your sales page. You structure your week around revenue-generating activity, not busy work. That means planning, delegating, automating, saying no, protecting your calendar like it holds your future, because it does. 3. You set boundaries that match your next level, even if no one's pushing them yet. Acting like a CEO means you have clear working hours, even if you're solo right now. You respond to clients inside structured containers, not out of guilt. You define what's included in your offer, and you hold it. You don't wait until you're overwhelmed to build boundaries. You build them because you're leading something worth protecting. What to do when you feel like a fraud. Everyone feels it, especially in the early stages. That imposter syndrome, that voice that says, you're not qualified, you're still figuring it out. Here's how to respond like a CEO. Acknowledge it. Separate feeling from fact. Ask, what would the version of me who already knows how to lead this business do right now? Then do that. You don't need to eliminate imposter syndrome. You just need to stop letting it drive the bus. Evidence you can build from, even if you're not there yet. If you've helped one person, solved one problem, created one transformation, shown up when no one was watching, made one offer that came from your heart. That's already enough to step into CEO energy. You don't have to fake it, but you do have to lead it from where you are. Because leadership isn't about being the most qualified. It's about being the most anchored. Micro habits that reinforce CEO identity daily. Start here. Check your bank account daily. Without fear. Track your numbers weekly, even if they're small. Set a CEO meeting with yourself every Monday, even if you're the only one in the room. Say your offer out loud daily with full conviction. Post content from your future identity, not your current fear. These rituals train your nervous system to normalize leadership, to normalize responsibility, to normalize being in charge of something that isn't fully built yet. That's where real CEOs are forged. Final tip: you don't wait to feel ready. You lead from decision. You operate like a woman who respects her brand, her voice, her schedule, and her offer, even if the world hasn't caught up yet. The CEO identity isn't granted by income. It's claimed through discipline. And when you start moving like a leader, before the title, before the traction, before the testimonials, that's the moment your business shifts from side hustle energy to scalable brand.